Appears there's some celebrity mom drama going on, and we need to talk about it. Ashley Tisdale wrote a piece with The Cut talking about
was not Ashley Tisdale and Hilary Duff having beef. This is not the mom drama I need. These are some of our childhood icons. We do not need them beefing with each other. But that is exactly what is going on as Ashley.
This is the story of how Ashley Tisdale walked away from her celebrity mom friend group after the dynamic became what she calls toxic. On January 1st, 2026, the former Disney Channel star published a personal essay in The Cut titled "Breaking Up with My Toxic Mom Group," and the internet lost its collective mind. Most people recognize Ashley Tisdale as Sharpay Evans from High School Musical or the voice of Candace from Phineas and Ferb, but at 40 years old, she's now a mother of 2 daughters, Jupiter, who's 4, and Emerson, who's about 15 months old. And she's built a whole wellness brand called Being French.
It's funny because a lot of young kids did react. You know, they loved Sharpay. And I remember Disney being like, why do the kids love this character? You know, she's supposed to be the villain. They had I shown it to a couple of kids, and an 8-year-old was like, I love it because she knows what she wants. And she goes and gets it. And I was like, she totally understands.
I know. I know. It's like, I always say, like, I remember this one moment where my daughter's teacher was like, you need to teach Jupiter to like really clean up after herself. And I was like, oh my God, like we're working on that. My husband was like, Jupiter, you have to pick up your crayons. We were like at the airport and she was like, Mommy will do it. She's my cleaner. And like the week before I was at a coffee shop and this one girl came up and she's like, you are an icon. And I was like, to some people I'm an icon, to my daughter I'm a cleaner. So, you know, whatever.
Yeah, but so we're here obviously celebrating Being Frenchie's new hairline, which
Yes.
I'm obsessed with. What inspired Being Frenchie, and most importantly, the new hair care line?
What inspired Being Frenchie, the body care line, was my ritual. My kind of journey through wellness was through mental health. And so I really had to create rituals for myself at home.
When she came out publicly about leaving a friend group of fellow celebrity moms, people paid attention, and what she described hit differently for a lot of women watching. The whole thing started back in 2021 when Ashley gave birth to her first daughter, Jupiter, during the pandemic. If you remember that time, everything felt isolated, and new moms couldn't do the normal things, like Mommy and Me classes, casual playdates, or building a support system in person. Ashley has said she craved connection with other mothers and wanted that village people always talk about. And then she found one. Mandy Moore spoke about this in an interview with InStyle back in 2022, explaining that Hilary Duff organized what Moore called a, quote, mom club for friends who all had babies around the same time.
With your kids, what happened?
Well, Hilary is a close friend, and she has a daughter who is 6 weeks younger than Gus, and she's like super mom. She has 3 kids, but she decided to start hosting this music class at her house, and there's lots of other new moms in our group, Meghan Trainor and Ashley Tisdale. So
several celebrity moms in Los Angeles gave birth in 2021, with Hilary Duff welcoming her daughter May in March, Mandy Moore having her son Gus in February, Meghan Trainor delivering her son Riley in February, and Ashley bringing Jupiter into the world in March. These women started getting together for baby classes, dinners, and playdates, and by 2022, Meghan Trainor posted photos from a mom's getaway trip with the caption, "I have mom friends and I love them." Ashley herself posted about a mom's weekend away and called them an amazing group of women to journey through this momhood together.
celebrate her birthday and just have like a night away from the kids, and it was great. Like we stayed up past 7:30.
Totally.
Like dinner at 8 o'clock is such a treat. It feels like you're doing something slightly dangerous.
Exactly.
The best.
Especially with these hours. And you also just celebrated 7 years of marriage, right?
Yeah.
With Taylor.
Yeah.
What makes him such...
In her essay, Ashley wrote that in the beginning she felt lucky because she was impressed by these women who were building brands, running companies, and launching creative projects all while being mothers. She genuinely thought she'd found her village, but here's the thing nobody prepared her for, as she put it. Mom groups can turn toxic. According to Ashley's essay and blog posts, the shift wasn't sudden at all. The change crept in gradually as she started noticing things that didn't sit right. First came the group text chains, and not just one group chat, but multiple, with not everyone included in all of them. Cliques formed within the larger group. Then came the gossip, and Ashley wrote that certain people would get talked about when they weren't present, and not in a positive way. The real gut punch came from Instagram. Ashley described being left out of group hangouts and only finding out about them because, as she put it, Instagram made sure it fed me every single photo and story. After the third or fourth time seeing everyone together without her, the realization landed hard that she wasn't really part of the group after all.
Basically, in the essay, Ashley Tisdale says that she felt like she was in high school, that people were keeping her from hanging out, they would exclude her, even going as far as planning get-togethers at her own kids' birthday parties, and then not inviting her. Says most of it.
The social media discoveries weren't the only evidence either. She mentioned being seated at the far end of the table at a dinner party, physically distanced from the core of the group, and she talked about not being invited to a birthday dinner organized for another member. The one that really stood out, according to multiple reports covering her essay, involved the other moms planning a girls' hangout during her own daughter's birthday party, during her daughter's birthday, without including her. Ashley wrote that she tried to brush it off at first by telling herself it was all in her head, reminding herself that everyone was busy and life was hectic, and wondering if maybe there were perfectly good reasons she wasn't being invited. The pattern became impossible to ignore. And here's where it gets really relatable, because she described sitting alone at night after putting her daughter to bed, spiraling, thinking, maybe I'm not cool enough? Her exact words were, all of a sudden I was in high school again, feeling totally lost as to what I was doing. Wrong. To be left out. This wasn't just frustration. The situation brought her to tears. Unlike a lot of people who might just quietly drift away from a friend group, Ashley confronted them directly by sending a text to the group that read, "This is too high school for me, and I don't want to take part in it anymore."
But not Ashley Tisdale and Hilary Duff having beef. This is not the mom drama I need. These are some of our childhood icons. We do not need them beefing with each other. But that is exactly what is going on as Ashley group. This mom group consists of Mandy Moore, Meghan Trainor, Hilary Duff, and several other rich mamas.
According to her essay, that message didn't exactly go over well. Some of the moms tried to smooth things over while others made excuses, and one sent flowers but then ignored her afterward. Others tried to convince her it was all in her head, but Ashley made a clean break anyway. In her essay, she clarified something that mattered to her, writing, "To be clear, I have never considered the moms to be bad people." And then she added this little aside, maybe one. That parenthetical, just the words maybe one, set off a whole guessing game online, but Ashley didn't name names. What she did say was that the group dynamic had stopped being healthy and positive for her anyway, and she decided she deserved better. This is where the story got messy in the media. The essay went viral and immediately people started playing detective because Ashley had previously been photographed with Hilary Duff, Mandy Moore, and Meghan Trainor at mom group events, which meant fans started connecting dots. By January 2026, eagle-eyed followers noticed that Ashley had unfollowed both Hilary Duff and Mandy Moore on Instagram, while still following Meghan Trainor. TMZ ran a story with a headline that explicitly named Duff and Moore as part of the toxic mom group, and that's when Ashley's representative stepped in on January 5, 2026. The representative told TMZ there was zero truth to what online detectives thought they'd figured out, stating that the essay wasn't even about Mandy Moore, Hilary Duff, or Meghan Trainor. According to her rep, the toxic experience came from a completely different group of friends entirely.
Is completely false. A rep for Ashley Tisdale tells us there is zero truth to what online detectives think they've cracked, especially because the piece has nothing to do with Hilary Duff, Mandy Moore, or Meghan Trainor.
The representative also shut down a bizarre rumor that had started spreading online, with some people speculating that politics might have caused the fallout and claiming that Ashley was a hardcore MAGA type. Her representative clarified that Ashley is actually a registered Democrat, and politics had nothing to do with the mom group situation. Despite all the speculation, the identity of the toxic moms remains unknown. Ashley kept it anonymous, and her team made clear that the obvious celebrity guesses were wrong. What really resonated with people about this whole thing went beyond celebrity gossip because Ashley's essay touched on something a lot of moms experience but don't talk about publicly. She wrote about how being a new mom has emotional echoes of high school. Since you're thrust into new situations with new people, feeling vulnerable and unsure, wondering if these could be the friends who walk beside you through this new phase of life. Your hormones are all over the place in both cases.
I think the biggest thing was just like, also, I didn't know who I was anymore because for 30 something years, like I knew who I was. Like I've always been very proud that like I've always known what I wanted, known what I wanted to do. But then when I became a mom, I'm like, oh my God, it like disrupted me being like, who is this? Who am I? I like grieved my old self.
Yeah.
So yes, of course it's easier when you have a second.
The response to her speaking out was massive, and Ashley said her phone blew up like no other with feedback. Women who had been through similar experiences reached out to say they felt seen. Her words captured it. From the feedback I've received since I started talking about this, I now know I'm far from the only mother who's been brought to tears by members of a group that's supposed to lift everyone up. That's really the point she was trying to make, not to expose anyone or start drama, but to tell other moms that if a group consistently leaves you feeling hurt, drained, or left out, then it's not the right group for you. Even if it used to be. Even if it looks like they're having the best time on Instagram. Her advice boiled down to this: you deserve to go through motherhood with people who actually, like you. As of early January 2026, none of the other celebrity moms who were publicly speculated about have commented on the situation, and Hilary Duff and Mandy Moore continued posting normal content about their families. Given that Ashley's representative denied they were involved, they may never need to address it. Ashley, for her part, seems focused on moving forward with her family, her wellness brand, and her new personal blog called By Ashley French, where she first wrote about this experience before The Cut picked it up.
To be honest, it's always just staying on your rituals. There's so many times where I'm like, I don't need to do that today. I don't need to meditate. And I'm like, I should have meditated,
The worst when you get cocky and then it's like,
I should have done that. But yeah, just kind of staying on top of those things that make you feel good. And knowing that
what started as one woman's decision to leave a friend group became a larger conversation about something a lot of people experience, specifically the way adult friendships, especially among mothers, can sometimes replicate the worst parts of adolescent social dynamics. Ashley's message through all of it comes down to speaking up for yourself, setting boundaries, and refusing to waste your time with people who make you feel like you're back in high school, no matter how good it looks on Instagram.